Hey guys, and welcome to my first guide in Fortnite. In this video I will show you how to get the perfect landing. Landing faster than your opponent is incredibly important if you drop at the heavily frequented area, but it will also help you to win those 1v1s if somebody drops with you in the outskirts. Games are all about min-maxing, so I will give you a very detailed guide to have an advantage when you play. You can see some recordings from my streams, but I also got a couple of graphics prepared that will hopefully explain my thoughts better. I will break down these guides in three different phases: the jump, then the skydiving, and of course also the glider flight. Always pay attention right from the start. The game begins the moment you're in the bus and you want to figure out the right timing of when to jump. I often keep the map open just to be ready. To find out right away where the bus is coming from, take a look at the minimap top right. If it faces, for example, west, you are coming from the east side. Then you want to pick a destination depending on what you want in your game. If you go for early action, it's usually the first named spot on the map. If you want a rather safe spawn, try to land as far as possible away from the bus route. In general, the earlier you jump, the earlier you reach the ground. However, if the bus flies straight above your destination, you might want to wait a bit more since the bus travels much faster than you during the skydive. Contrary, when the destination is far away from the bus route, don't wait until it's perpendicular and drop a bit earlier. The red markers is your ideal drop, whereas the yellow marker is what you should avoid. So before you jump from the bus, you also want to find a good spot to reach when you are skydiving, so where your glider will open. This spot is in general the length of one square away from the spot that you want to land on, because that is the maximum distance you can fly with the glider on even ground before you reach it. Keep in mind that this distance is shorter if you fly to a destination that goes uphill, for example Salty Springs if you come from west, and longer if it goes downhill, for example Retail Row if you come from the eastern side. Since during the skydive phase you travel much faster downwards than when you fly with the glider, you want to make sure to open it as late as possible. The glider automatically opens once you are 50 units above the ground. So you have to look out for the elevation of the ground below. Try to avoid mountains or go down before them. Try to land in valleys. Since you will be looking downwards when skydiving, make sure that for the opening of the glider, you look forward right away as it opens. You don't want to sit static for like a second because you're looking downwards. You will always travel the same speed vertically. So no matter if you sit there looking downwards or if you go full speed, which is 100% being horizontal. This is the best, and you should always try, if you want to go for distance, try to look horizontal. However, in reality, it's sometimes hard because you need to look at the ground where you're landing, so it limits your vision. So in this video, you will see me go for a landing in Salty Springs. You can see me check the map multiple times. Also, I search for my spot where I want to basically open the glider. And of course, that's in the river because it's lower elevation. Actually here, this is what I mentioned earlier, the elevation is so low that I will have to manually open my glider just to reach the spot of my destination, which will be on the first house. Also notice how I don't look down too much because it would slow you down. So I'm trying to stay horizontal. And since there's a guy with me, I want a fast entry on the ground and I will land on the roof, and that's a nice little trick. You can jump down so you get to the ground faster and find a gun. And then there's another nice little trick I want to share with you guys, which is baiting your opponent in going for a gun. So you saw me here just fly a little bit to the side from where the gun was, but just still be in a position where I can grab it first. I have another clip prepared where you can see the movement exactly. So I'm not directly flying onto the gun, which I want to pick, but I will still stay in range so I can get it. So I'm very far away, but then I quickly switched to it, and my opponent that wanted to go for the shotgun because he thought I'm not going there actually got baited into landing here and easy kill. Don't be afraid to take risks when trying to land more efficient. In order to improve, you should be greedy for your next few landings and see it as practice and learn from the attempts it didn't work out. This will give you a good feeling of what is possible and what is not, and soon you will be the first guy to grab a gun. Hopefully you enjoyed this guide. If so, make sure you like and subscribe and leave your feedback in the comments. I plan on doing more guides for Fortnite, so feel free to leave some suggestions for what you want to see. Thank you for watching.